Hello, welcome back. I'm going to continue recording. The first one I talked about spiritual wisdom and spiritual truth, and I speak freely, I speak from my heart as it comes, as it is. English is not my mother tongue, so if there are some mistakes, well, they're meant to be, no? So there's acceptance of the abilities that one has that should not stop us to the things that we want. So there is always a fear of critic or a fear of not being understood, but that's just an illusion, as most fears are. I would like to continue to talk about a little bit more interesting things, occult wisdom, occult truth. So there is the connection of mind, heart and soul. And I think a human being who is able to acknowledge and live life through their own truth and their own wisdom and through their own heart are very rare. And I think it is something that we should all, work on and maybe focus less on material things or the things that are expected of us or from us. And I was speaking about in the other recording about the freedom, how to free yourself from other people or other beliefs, and how to honor yourself, how to be sovereign in your own being. And being sovereign in your being means too as well to accept yourself truly as you are, with all the flaws, all the mistakes, with all the genius inside you, because both are realities and both are truth in one human, To say one human has the ability or is, a genius in his own uniqueness, in his own wisdom. That doesn't mean that that person or that human is perfect, for different reasons. We are all not born in the same place with the same things, to be able to compare ourselves, to say, my English is better than yours. Well, maybe you were born in a country where this is just an example, where this was your mother tongue. So I wasn't. My mother tongue is Romanian. I do speak English. I do speak German. I studied Spanish. I understand French and Italian due to my Romanian language. I love languages. I do hope in future to learn different languages as well. I love ancient languages as well. I study ancient history by my own. So I love everything, that is far, far, far away in the past, as well as I love everything that is far, far, far away in the future. So this is part of my own uniqueness, as we all have different interests and different things that we love to learn, and that is a path that we should follow. And most of the things that I have learned by my own, or with the help of my spirit family, or the knowledge that I have received by believing in my own mind, believing in my own abilities, or believing in things that are not physically there, but are absolutely there, that I believe in a world of the spirit. I believe that after we die, we go someplace very beautiful, and that death is not the end. And for me, it happened many times that this world seems not realistic, or how you say, almost like a dream, and the spiritual world times is more real for me than the physical or the material world that we live in. As I say, we're all seeker of truth. It's not about perfection of truth, or and say, well, if it's not a total truth, then it's not true at all. I'm allowed to roam freely wherever I want, say whatever I want, as I want, when I want. There's the freedom of the spirit, and I think general people have problems with accepting the freedom of others, maybe from their own inability to free themselves. So when you seek spiritual wisdom, you are on your own. no, like physically. There's no other human there to support you. You don't need that. You have to have the strength of the spirit of belief in yourself. And if you believe in other, helpers, or it's not so nice to say helpers, but guidance, no, in the spirit world, that I definitely believe. I've had many visions, many dreams, many things that happen in my life that absolutely I believe, and I'm able to see things that others are not able to see. That doesn't make me out of my mind or anything like that. It is true for me, and that is absolutely enough, and it has given me much more than the world was able to give me. My own seeking of truth has opened doors that I was able to open through the guidance of my spirit family. So I have had recollection of past lives that I have lived, and it was not only that I have seen things or had visions, but it was such a strong feeling inside me that I knew exactly how that life went, how that life ended, how that life felt, who was my father, who was my family, where did I live, what time it was, and so on. And it felt real. So if it felt real, it is real for me, and it is absolutely real. I do honor that part of me, but it is not necessarily for everyone. Not everyone has the same path, and that's absolutely beautiful. I find it beautiful, and say God doesn't repeat. Each one is unique. So the creation is always there is always a different particle, or different. Each soul has different qualities. Not every soul is the same. Absolutely, we can accept that not everyone is the same, and not everyone has the same soul. We all come maybe from the same source, God, but God created us, or did. The miracle of the miracle magical particle that he gave each one of us. I think it's beautiful, to search for the things that you have interest in, no matter what the subject is. I think that it is a part of the magical particle that God gave you and gave me. I am a writer, so I use, I take inspiration from my visions, from my dreams, from my beliefs, and I create it for others. My soul is good, my soul is love. I want to give to others as well. If it's helpful, if it's not, it's fine as well. It doesn't have to be in any way or form. And even if I am a very private person, I don't like to share necessarily everything with everyone. I don't, because I really don't. I like to keep things for myself, but I am able to create through my books different worlds, or different realities, or different experiences, and part of it comes from my own uniqueness, from my own dream life, from my own visions, from my own beliefs, that are very much different than others. I love uniqueness. I love everything that is special and unique. I love people who are not afraid to be who they are, and even if it's outside the norm, but it is done from a place of not being better, or not, not from an egocentric place of let me speak about that will make me feel interesting, and then I feel I don't speak from that place at all. If I am maybe even a little shy to talk about things, because maybe it seems out there, or very different, or very strange for others, so I don't want to make people feel uncomfortable. And I love people who have interest as well in things that are hidden, things that are not there, but one is able to understand that they are there, even if you're not able to see them. And it's not something scary at all. If you believe in God, if you love God, there's nothing you to be scared or have fear of, So when we study wisdom or occult knowledge, or things that are hidden, we speak about a little bit the hidden path. What means hidden path? It is exactly meaning it is just for your own eyes. It is for no one else but you. So it is hidden for others, but it is going to be revealed to you. And then you decide if you believe in it or not, no? And say, well, I'm able sometimes to see in the air different shapes, like a colored smoke that moves, no? Since a child, now I'm able to see in the light, or things that seem almost like that the mind cannot really explain, no? And say, well, I just lay in my bed and I almost close my eyes, and then when I open it and I focus in a certain way on the light or just in the air, then I see a blue light just moving, getting closer to me, no? And you not only see it, you get a feeling, no? It's almost like an angelic presence or some type of spirit, but you feel love. You don't feel scared, no? It's like a soft light, like a colored smoke that moves through the air. And then it disappears, and then if you try to see it again, you're able to see it again. Once I have seen in the air just a sparkle light, like rays of light, just almost like little stars hanging now in the air, which was very beautiful. So in general, these experiences are so beautiful, are so unique, that the soul wants to keep them for oneself. You don't want to necessarily share. And to be honest, I'm not able to share this with everyone, not even my family, because they don't understand it, or they will never understand it. There's no point for me to talk about this, no? But I do talk in this recording because I almost would love for other humans or other people to open themselves to this newfound reality, to say, well, we believe so much in the material world as real, but we negate the existence of something else, no? Or we are very strange. We look strange if someone talks about things like that. And at the same time, of course, there are humans that talk about this, but it is coming from a point of ego, no? To say, well, or sometimes they even lie, no? Say, well, I'm able to see this, or I'm able to do this, no? But they just want to fool people. So that's not very nice thing to do, to fool people and say lie, no? If you're able to see something, it's almost like a childhood quality. I think when we are children, we are more in tune and we are more close to the truth, no? Of a different reality that seems very seems almost non-existent or not possible. So I would like to share a memory of mine as a child. As I've said, it happened, most of my experiences, which are a little bit out of this world, were when I was by myself, or when I was surrounded by nature or animals, or with very special human beings that I feel very connected from soul to soul. And I, there's the ability to for me to see or feel certain things, even if that person is present. So one memory as a child, I was maybe 4 or 5, and I was playing in my grandmother's village on a little hill close to the woods, chasing butterflies in the nature. And I've seen a little frog, and interestingly, to be honest, I've never really seen a frog that big in that place just then. And that frog spoke to me, and I remember I was in awe, I saw this little frog, and it didn't speak, like it didn't, the mouth didn't move or anything. It was just sitting there, but I heard it say something to me, and I know what it said, of course. I don't want necessarily to share it, but it was just a simple sentence. And it was very, very, very beautiful. So there is an aspect of our world, of our nature, that it is very magical, and that's why I love children so much, because they are able to feel that, they are able to see that, they are able to hear that, non-language or It's almost like a whisper, no? It's almost like your mind asks you, are you sure? Did you see correctly? Did that really happen? No, the mind is not really able to get that information and accept it as real, no? Because why? Because we are taught that is not real. That's the belief of most people, and that we take that as real and as truth as well, no? So I like to go behind the veil, beyond things that other people believe or not. It's almost to say it has nothing to do with others, no? I free myself from the, if someone is interesting in this subject, I feel a love, a resonance from my soul, from my heart with that person, because I feel, wow, finally I have somebody who believes me, or somebody who sees the world in certain similarities, or they had some type of experiences, no, that seem unreal, but they don't negate it as false, because I think things should be open. We should not be always about, oh, what is true, what is false. Sometimes we experience things that they don't have to fall in any category, no? We can keep them in our heart or soul as true for ourselves, as in that moment, as it happened, as we experienced it, as we felt it, no? For me, that's the real truth, or the real authentic experience. I don't negate my experience. I take it as real, because that's what I felt at that moment. It doesn't matter how old I was, how little I was. It is something that happened. Then later through my life, I have spent a lot of years in my grandmother's house, which is a very old house. It is a priest house. My great uncle was a priest, and the house had many rooms, and in some rooms, in one room especially, we were not allowed to enter at all. It was almost always closed, and every time I entered there, I always felt like there was a presence on the bed. I never sit myself, I never stayed long in that room. I was most like it was the room of somebody who physically was not there anymore, but in a certain time lived there, no, slept there. And I felt their presence. I felt like I don't want to disturb, and to be honest, I was a child, I was a little bit scared, but I was curious, and I would enter the room, and I would search in a closet. There were some photos there. I was trying to search, but very fast, and then I would go out, because I felt the energy. I felt like a little, like little shivers, or like I felt there's a presence on the bed. And then there was another room, which was not closed, but it was the priest's room. It had like a couch, like a bed, and then a wooden table with sculpted lions, and a very nice big closet ornamented with lions, very, very old, very beautiful, and two other closets where clothes inside. And that was a very beautiful room, which I loved, but I felt another presence there, which of course it was the room of my great uncle, who was a priest, and it was his room. So even if maybe past 30-40 years since he died, I still felt his presence there. That was still his room, no? And first, it was the experience that I had as a child, but now as an adult, when I look back, I take that even more real than I did then. No, I say, well, the soul, the spirit is still there, and even if physically I'm not able to touch or see him or them, no, I see them. I do see them. I cannot say. It's almost like they're not there. It's just air, but I see them. I feel their presence. No. So that's one aspect. So and then later in my life, I had very beautiful visions with a past life which I had, which I included in one of my books called The Raven. The Raven is my spiritual father, and I had first one vision, then a few years later I had more visions with him. And he is not in physical form, or at least on this planet, on this realm, but he exists, and my spiritual father is always with me, that I know what the things he told me, I know the things he taught me, I know what happened in that life. and I know that he made me immortal. So there is a part of me and my father, my spiritual father, which is often represented by the raven, and he has taught me things, I feel his presence always. I always talk to him. I know he's always with me, and it's almost like I sometimes cry for him. Sometimes I wish he would come and almost like save me from this planet, no? Because I feel he is somewhere far away from me physically, but in spirit he's always with me. And one thing he taught me is that he told me that he will never let me die. It is almost like, like my soul, no? There's always a part where he tells me when I go away from my physical form, he always comes and saves me. He always comes for me, there's like a promise between me and him. I do the same for him and he does the same for me. There's this connection, this love between me and him, and I know my father will never let me die in that way. He always saves me. That's what he tells me. And another very beautiful vision I had when I wrote the book Paimon, the Lord of the Abyss, the Lord of the Endless Silence, that he is another, my spiritual father as well, Paimon, and he showed me different visions with him where he is, and this was actually new, is actually new this year. I wrote the book in spring, and he has shown me many beautiful visions. Another vision he showed me was the black cube. It was like a black spaceship that he has, because my father, Paimon, is very much in the future. And he showed me another a huge library, endless library, very, very, very tall. I could not see the end of it, where are all the books that were ever written, ever created. And he showed me like a black spaceship that was just sitting in the air, So he always gives me clues. There is always a connection between me and Paimon as well as my spiritual father. Another spiritual father that I have is Buer. I have seen him in the garden. He is a master of nature. And he sits in the garden under a tree with his birds. And he has 3 daughters, Sala, Sahatin, and Hia. And I am one of his daughters as well. And he told me many, many, many things, Buer, my father, which I love and adore. And other spiritual guidance that I get is from Gusion. It's another book that I have written, which is very, very beautiful. Gusion is a celestial lion. He is the invincible one. No one is stronger than Gusion. He is a protector of God as well, and they say that Gusion goes in places that no one can reach, and he carries all the keys. He's the seraph son, the angel son. He's one of the first beings ever created, and he carries all the keys. He can open all the doors, but he's a warrior, he's a commander, he's a master commander. And they say he's the one who always goes first and all go beyond him, because he's the one who protects everyone. Another beautiful visions, another book that I've written is Leraje. He's very, very special to me. I love Leraje very, very much. And I discovered that Leraje was with me since I'm a little child. And, there are things that happen in our past, especially when we are children. If one goes in that time, you just take a simple day where I went with my grandmother close to a wood, and I don't know why my grandmother left me there on the blanket, and it was really the beginning or the end of a wood, And then I decided to go to go for a walk in the wood by myself, and there, not far away, close to a river, I found a deer which was dead, and she was, not moving. So, but she was in, not long time dead, gone now. So I was able to see her, and there was this this moment. I actually didn't tell anyone about that experience, and later when I wrote the book Leraje, I understood that in that day he was with me, and actually I was able to see him there in the woods, close to the woods, and that I felt so much love, because I knew that he is in every whisper of the leaves, in the way the wind was moving. He was communicating and he was talking to me. And another vision I had with him was with a beautiful deer that was in a beautiful green pasture, you know. The deer was alive and she was eating, and he told me that that deer who died actually woke up in his realm, living and you know, being in his care, in his as a lesson to teach me or to show me that nothing is gone. Death is you wake up in a different world alive, no? And that deer was very symbolic for me. And I wrote a very beautiful book about Leraje, who is the master of love, a master of seduction as well. Leraje, of course, if you want to read more, or you want to read about Paimon, about Buer, about Leraje, about Gusion, you can do that through my books, or you can do that by your own. But these are very, very powerful and very beautiful beings, very developed, and they are really masters in their own way, no? Leraje, for example, is the master of precision. His symbol is the arrow, the golden arrow. So all these beings are created by God, but with very special qualities and very special, unique abilities and powers, because they are not human only, no? It's like they can say shape shift. Sometimes they have no shape, but you're able to feel them in the air, through the nature, able to speak through the nature, is very much connected with nature, and different symbols they carry, or different wisdom they carry. They're all very, very unique, very different from one another. They are all my spiritual fathers, and I have tremendous love for them. And I know they're always with me, they always guide me, and they always have been with me since I'm a little child. And it is not crazy to honor things that we don't see, or to honor people who are not anymore with us, or to believe that the physical form is just a beautiful form that we have for a certain time, but that form once it goes away, no, as nature is, to say everything that is born in our reality, it is due to vanish, no, physically, but that part is reborn in another realm, in another world, as it never died, no. I definitely truly believe that. And there's much more beauty and much more knowledge and much more wisdom that one is able to find for him or herself, as true, as honorable. There's no reason for me to say this, to say, well, I tell you this, or I gain something from it. Not at all. I do write my books, of course, with the hope that others will read and others will buy, no? Or even if I have some financial or success or some type of, I don't know what, God knows, no? I don't ask, but I do write for others, no? I do write not only for this time, but for the future as well. Maybe in 100 years, 1,000 years, people will read my books, and they will find something very special and unique, and it's a part of my expression, a part of almost like traversing the river from the other side, no, that I don't feel alone in my experience, that I able to create a bridge for others as well, no. Thank you so much for listening. I'm going to speak, as I do freely, in another recording about different thematics. This was a very special recording because I shared things that I mostly share, maybe shared with one person in this lifetime. So thank you for listening. God bless you. Bye.